people are very conservative when it comes to investing money in a film, which is why historically, since we've had male hero-led films, it's easier to invest your faith and therefore your money in them. But she had the guts and the gumption to say, this is a story I want to tell. She's an unconventional, I don't know if you could have even called her a hero, but she believed she was a hero, and she decided to put money, to put money on this film. And of course then, I think I was at the right place at the right time. I don't think I've ever believed that being a woman is a limitation. So yeah, I was doing certain kinds of films, but I would always, it was not like it was not like a burning desire, I want to prove to the world that even women can lead films, nothing of the sort. But there was that desire in I think that fire in my belly, ki kitna maza aata agar, I could be the hero of a film. And I think Kainat ne sun li. And things started falling into place. I literally was at the right place at the right time. But I have to say that, Vani, I don't believe that while, I am credited for being the face of this change, and I'm very grateful for it, it is the work of everyone before me. Every female actor who even did the so-called inconsequential roles that has brought us to this place. It's their frustration, it's their angst, it's their desire for more. All of which has propelled us further to reach a stage where we're now telling women's stories. Also the world around us changed. Right? So women are now taking center stage in their lives. Therefore we are okay to see a reflection of that on screen. We're not just wanting to see them as sacrificial mothers or the all-bearing, the wife who puts up with anything for her husband, or her, or a daughter who's extremely pious, who allows herself to be judged. We're not being defined by our relationships with the men in our lives anymore. We are our own people. Because we are our own people, that's what we're seeing in cinema. That's why we are willing to go and buy a ticket and watch those films on screen also.
But you're being very simplistic about it, my dear friend. It was a complex biopic. You go and play the mother of, a character who's got this, syndrome. And Amit ji is playing that role. Playing mother itself is one of those stereotypes which the Indian film industry has been bogged with. The Ma syndrome, as we call it. Tell us a little more about that journey, and that film was so unique and so touching in so many parts.
That again, Balki, I remember when Balki came to me, I was like, what sort of a story is this? I didn't believe it because he only gave me a nutshell. But when I heard the narration and then later when I reread the script, I was completely blown. Again, there was this hunger in me that I just wanted to do this role. But there was, I will admit, that there was some trepidation because you're like exactly this, right? People tell you shouldn't be playing mother even to little kids in films because then you'll be playing mother for the rest of your life and blah, blah, blah. And then you're going to be playing mother to a 67-year-old actor, not just a 67-year-old actor. We're talking about the Amitabh Bachchan. And, I was like, but it's okay. What am I acting for if I don't take up these roles? I want to be living, at least trying to live, different women's lives through the characters I play. And this is giving me such a great opportunity and a story beautifully told, even on paper. It read beautifully. And I knew that Balki, would tell the story really well, and he did. So, but I think there was a little bit of, I hope, and with no disrespect, I was like, I hope I don't become the next Nirupa Roy. Because people do scare you and tell you that iske baad to wahi hoga. But I have to tell you that process was so magical. It made me just realize what I'm here to do. And lots of people ask me, don't you want to write, don't you want to direct? And I'm like, no, there are people who do that and do that very well. I want to be in front of the camera. I love it. The camera is my deepest love.
And you kept playing sleuths, jasoos, police, detectives, things which are seen as very male-centric in the centerpiece of cinema in our country.
Right.
So that itself is the biggest crack in that glass ceiling, Vidya. But you've constantly reinvented yourself with each role you've done. One of the things which is often asked, since I used to do so much theatre and I work with young actors all the time, how do you not be yourself and do a role? Is something all actors are faced with. And you have constantly changed the narrative, you completely transformed physically, you're an amazingly good-looking person.
Thank you.
But you constantly transform yourself. One of the things that I mostly see in you is, and do not judge me for this, you're not scared of being unbeautiful.
Right.
Right? I'm not using the word ugly. That's a very big task for an actor. We are being suddenly gender neutral. We were all actresses and we were heroines and now we are actors. What is it to transform yourself to be in a character and be unbeautiful on screen?
Firstly, I believe that beauty is as beauty does. So if it serves the purpose of bringing alive a character, I will try and transform myself with all the tools I have, makeup, hair, costume, mannerism, voice. And I'm not a trained actor, so it's always a lot of work. But I think I get very bored as a person, very easily. So to constantly keep myself engaged, I have to do new things. Which is why I think I wouldn't be able to do theatre. I would probably be a very poor theatre actor because how do you find the truth day
I
after day?
disagree completely there.
Which is, I really don't have the guts to, look for the truth in what you're doing day after day in the same material. I think I get bored very easily. So which is why I'm constantly looking for new stories, for characters that don't seem familiar, or sometimes they seem familiar but I haven't quite explored that aspect. So I think it's out of sheer boredom that I'm looking for new things to do. And yeah, it's, I think on screen I'm never playing myself. At least the attempt is, I never try to not be me. Because it is me who's playing a character.